My baby came out when I was growing up. What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button and be part of the GBG Gang family over here. Welcome to my labor and delivery vlog. I'm talking really quietly because my daughter is asleep, and as a new mom I'm very like tiptoey, even though I know she should be able to make like noises, that way like she can sleep through the noises. She can, but I'm alone, so let's do a little skincare. May 8th was muffins with mom with my two kids, and I really didn't want to miss out on that because like all the moms were going to be there and it would have been like the only kids with their moms not there. I really hope that I stay pregnant because my due date was May 7th, and sure enough I got to go to muffins with mom, and I felt good because I had an appointment 2 days prior and they literally told me that there was no signs of labor. Like I got checked and they said like I was only like 1 centimeter dilated, cervix was like not softened. They tried doing a membrane sweep and they couldn't. Labor was like nowhere near. So on Wednesday I really didn't think anything was gonna happen. Like I even made a TikTok saying like, yep, I'm still pregnant.
That's right, still no baby.
And lo and behold, like I literally ended up going into labor that same night. So Wednesday night came and it was like 9:30 and I already had put my two kids to bed and I was laying down and I felt like something like goop out of me, and I was like, that's weird. So I was like, I'm gonna go and change underwear first of all. And so when I stood up I felt whoosh and I'm like, oh my god, is that my water or is that just random discharge that can happen, right? Go to the bathroom, and when I stand up, you know, in the bathroom, I'm just like, it's just coming out. I'm not peeing. I called my husband and I told him like, come here, like look, like it's just coming out of me, like I'm not hallucinating, right? Like I texted my parents, can you like watch my kids, my water broke, I'm gonna call the doctor. So I went in and I got admitted to the hospital at 10. They're like, okay, we're gonna check to make sure that it was your water that broke. It was positive. My water had definitely broken, but still didn't have contractions though, and they checked me. I was at 1.5 centimeters dilated and I was like 50% effaced. We got to our room and then I opted for a Bluetooth monitor that's like, it's like basically like the same monitor they use to monitor baby and you, but Bluetooth, so like you can like move around, you're not connected to the bed, which is what I wanted because I really didn't want to be connected to the bed. I wanted to be mobile. They connected me to that monitor and I was able to use a birthing ball to try to get baby more like in my pelvis because she was not in my pelvis, like deep in my pelvis. And since I didn't have contractions yet, I made like funny TikToks.
How are you? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling nervous, overwhelmed, everything. You feel it all right now. I feel it all, butterfly in my stomach and vagina.
2 hours after my water broke is when contractions started coming every 2 minutes, like hardcore. And with like my last 2 babies after my water broke is when like I knew like shit got real. I was gonna give birth quick, like there's no stopping it. I told like my nurse that I said, okay, like after my water breaks, like it's gonna happen like quickly. These contractions were hitting me so hard. I was like in so much pain and I tried to control my breathing. It was more comfortable being like on all like on my knees and like leaning against like the bed and having my husband kind of like push pressure on my hips and on my lower back because I had like a lot of like butt contractions, the worst, and he was doing a really good job. And I was really comfortable like that because I was able to control my breathing, whereas laying down I would die. They were coming really fast, like they were every like 2 minutes. They would like get so long. They started spiking to like 100, which is like the max, and I was like, I'm dying. Call the nurse. Like nurse came in and it was like 2:30 in the morning and I said, can you please check me? She goes, I don't think you're in active labor. And I was like, lady, my contractions are like every 2 minutes. What do you mean I'm not in active labor? Like your girl was in pain. And she checks me and I told myself, I'm like at a 5, I'm just gonna do it, like I can handle it. And she checks me and she's like, okay, you're still at a 1.5. And I'm like, all this pain for what? All this pain for what? I was still at a 1.5, but I was 100% effaced, which basically means your baby is, or your, you know, your cervix is like super thin, which is what they want. You don't want to be like thick. I was like, okay, I'm gonna die for sure. Like, give me the epidural, please. She ordered the epidural. I got it right away. Tell me why the epidural hurt so bad. I don't remember it hurting with my other 2. It hurt so bad, like I was crying. Like the nurse let me like lean on her and you have to round out your back. And I'm like legit crying. Like, before I got the epidural, I tried everything. Like I tried holding ice and squeezing it in my hand, and my brain was like, it hurts more, the contraction or the ice. My body, when it tenses up, like it won't dilate. Epidural honestly only numbed my leg, quad area, and my upper tummy. I still felt everything lower tummy and, you know, that area. So now it's like 4 a.m. May 9th. The nurse comes and checks me and she's like, okay, we're at like a 5. Then you're 5 centimeters dilated. So we went from 1.5 to 5 within from 2:30 to 4. And I was like, oh, so should I like call my mom? Because I want my mom to be in the room too. She's like, yeah, call her. So I called my mom and she's coming. I felt like I had to poop. I called my nurse. I'm like, I feel like I have to poop. I don't know if it's actual poop or if it's baby. And so she checks me and it's like 4:30 in the morning. And she's like, oh, you're at a 10. So I went from a 5 to a 10 within 30 minutes. And I was like dying still. I was still like, you know what I mean? But this time I'm strapped to the bed. Like I'm not allowed to move because I had the epidural, right? The epidural that numbed my left quad. My mom came just in time. She came at like 4:30 and it was time to push. And we started pushing like on my side because I really wanted to do it on my side. I don't know like what happened because my first two I did push them out within 15 minutes. And so I was on my side. I turned on my other side, went on my back. I was legit like pushing and baby just wasn't like traveling down the birth canal. Like then I went on all fours, pushed like that, and they got the squat bar, but I couldn't stand on my own. I had to go on my knees to try to squat. Since my left quad was like dead weight, I couldn't hold myself up with my upper body. Like I was like, it was so hard. I wanted to squat her out. I tried, it didn't work out. We just kept flipping positions and I would see like the time go by and I'm like, there is no way like an hour passed by because it was like 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, I'm still pushing. This is crazy. And then so she tried this other method where she made my legs kind of like pretend these are my knees. She made my knees close and she had me like pull on. She tied like a cover and she made me like pull and she's like now push and I'm on my back. And that like for some reason like that was working. Long pushing later. It was like 6:15 in the morning and I'm still trying and then finally like the doctor comes because like he gave up on me. He was like, hey, it's taking a while. So me and the nurse were just like trying to like any position. I was like, you know, I don't think I can do this. Like I can't do this. And she was like, yes, you can. You're doing great. And I was like, okay, I don't know. And then 6:15, right? And I was like, I'm gonna throw up. I was just in so much pain. So my husband has me. I'm on my back too. And I'm just throwing up. Nothing, obviously. Phlegma. And I'm just like, bleh. Literally just like, bleh. It's really hard to throw up when you're laying down because I was like, I'm gonna choke and die. It's so funny is that the last throw up I do, it was just so like hard. Like I was like, right? The last throw up I do, it makes my body automatically push. And then my baby came out. My baby came out when I was throwing up. So it was really hard to enjoy like, oh, she's out. Because I was like, baby came out. She had pooped inside the uterus. Or she had pooped inside. So that's like not good because they can swallow their poop and that's really bad. So they had to call the NICU team. But I didn't get her piece right away on me, which freaked me out because I was like, why are they calling the NICU? Meanwhile, I'm like slobber and throw up everywhere and I'm shaking. But then she like stabilized and I heard her first cry and after they put her on me and I got to cut the umbilical cord. My husband held the like clamp and I got to cut it. So yeah, I thought that was really nice because I really wanted to cut it because I didn't get to cut my first two. I wanted to experience it and it was really hard to cut. I was like, oh my god. To see my placenta, I asked. I was like, can I please see my placenta? And they were like, okay. And they showed me like how it looks when my water broke. She's like, oh yeah, this part is where your water broke. And I'm like, crazy. And it was a little green because my daughter had pooped. Usually when they poop it's because they're in distress and probably because I was pushing for so long she probably got in distress because I was also in distress. Yeah, she came out 6 pounds 19 ounces 20 inches long, a full head of hair, and she latched and everything was great. Now I'm a mom of 3. Now the question is, do I think working out my entire pregnancy helped with labor? Maybe. Honestly, I don't know because I did a bunch of workout to engage her and she never was engaged, and then I like wanted to go natural like unmedicated but I couldn't. Like I tried focusing my breathing. I tried thinking about like what it felt like to be doing like a hard set and still pushing through. Like no, but I did do a lot better than what I would have done. How I was with my first 2, I do believe I did a lot better. So I'm gonna say I guess so. Maybe working out really did help. But I know it definitely helped for recovery because recovery is going very well. I'm very surprised that not that it matters, okay you guys, it does not matter, but I ended at 166 and I started at 145 and I'm at 149. So not that it matters, but I thought that was interesting. It was literally like baby weight, you know what I mean? It's my labor and delivery story. I just thought it was really cool to have my water break at home versus at the hospital because with my daughter broke it at the hospital. They had to break it, and then with my son I was supposed to get induced, and while I was there my water just broke in the bed. So it wasn't like amazing. I was already there. Here like it literally like broke. Thanks for watching. We'll talk very soon. Bye.